Now we're going to start off with a couple older coins, and then we'll get more modern here as we go. We'll go all the way up until the 1990s for these different coins that are rare. This is a 1787 New York style Brasher Dublum that sold this year in 2021 for $9.3 million at auction. This coin has been graded and authenticated by NGC at a mint state 65. Man, look at that. That is an absolutely gorgeous, super rare coin there. I mean, that is crazy, guys. $9.3 million for this gold coin. Let me know in the comments below, what would you guys do with $9.3 million? There's got to be a billionaire that owns this coin. 1787, man. I love it. I think it's awesome. All right, now here we go. Here is a 1794 1-cent coin. So it's got some corrosion to it, of course. You know, NGC put it out of VF details. It's a super rare coin, right? Super, super rare coin. There are a lot of fakes of these 1-cent coins out there, even, you know, different dated ones, not just 1794. So, you know, beware of those, the Chinese fake coins. This coin ended up selling at auction for $64,000. All right, so moving on here to an 1870 seeded quarter. Now, this is graded by PCGS at a VF20. So it's not a high mint state grade. It is the 1870 CC Carson City minted seeded Liberty quarter here. So you see the date on the obverse of the coin, of course. Here on the reverse at the bottom of the eagle, you will see that CC mint mark there for Carson City. Now what really makes this coin valuable is the fact that it is a very low minted key date. I mean, this is a super rare coin here. 1870 CC mint mark. They only produced a little over 8,300 of these coins. So super, super rare coin. Now, there are lower minted coins. There are like the 1873 CC. There's 4,000 minted. I believe only around 5 of those known out there to exist. You know, there's tons of them that are, you know, around 10,000 or 5,000 or 8,000 for different dates. So if you guys come across coin collections or you inherited a coin collection, you definitely want to inspect every single coin, the date, its mint mark, make sure it's legitimate, and then, you know, see what the mintage is on that coin, because it can be super, super valuable if it is a key date like this. This coin in this condition sold for over $21,000. Now here is another seeded Liberty coin, but this is the 1870 S mint mark seeded Liberty dollar coin. So here on the reverse again, you will see that S mint mark there below the eagle. It is graded by NGC at an XF40. And for this coin, there are only 12 known to exist. 12 coins. So again, a super rare coin here. I mean, I am talking rare, rare coin. This coin sold for over $800,000 at auction. That's right, a $1 coin, silver $1 coin, sold for over $800,000. Now imagine if you inherit a coin collection and something like this is in there, and you take it to a coin shop or whatever, and they only give you, you know, $100 for it, or 50 bucks or something. Could you imagine if you didn't, you know, do your research and lose out on $800,000? I mean, that's some life-changing money right there. So that's crazy. Let's move on here to another key date, very rare coin. This is the 1901S Barber $quarter. So it is the 25-cent coin, I guess you could say, $quarter, however you prefer to say it. Again, we'll see that S mint mark there at the bottom on the reverse below the eagle there. It is graded as a genuine coin by PCGS. And for this coin, they only produced a little over 72,000 of these coins. So again, super rare, low minted coin. This quarter ended up selling at auction for nearly $11,000. In this condition, you know, it's just graded as a genuine coin. It's not graded, you know, at a high mint state grade or anything. All the value is in the fact that they didn't produce a lot of this date and mint mark 1901S. So 11 grand for that. Now here's another key date. This is the silver Walking Liberty $half coin. It is the 1921 S mint mark. Now again, if you have this in a high mint state grade, it's going to sell for a lot more money. This coin is just graded as a genuine coin by PCGS, so it's probably been cleaned and things like that. So if we look here at the reverse, you'll see that S mint mark there as we zoom in on that mint mark there. But this coin didn't sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. It sold for over $10,000 at auction. And the reason it sold for that is because the 1921 S mint mark, they only produced 548,000 of these coins. Actually, all the 1921 Walking Liberty half-dollar coins are valuable because the no mint mark, the D mint mark, and the S mint mark, all for the year 1921, were very, very low minted coins, and they are the key date coins to look for. There are a couple other coins as well. We'll discuss that in our Walking Liberty half-dollar coin videos. But this coin, like I said, sold for over $10,000, just graded at a genuine coin. Now here is a 1927 D mint mark. Again, this is a very rare and low minted coin, graded by PCGS at a mint state 65 plus. So to even have it in general is super rare. To have it in this condition is pretty much unbelievable. And you see that D mint mark there above the 1927. Very awesome coin. You know, I always really liked the eagle design on these coins. You know, I just really love the design of these. You know, I'd like to add something like this to my collection that is at a reasonable price, of course. This coin sold for over $2.1 million at auction. So, super rare coin there. Now here is a 1944 steel cent. Well, it's not supposed to be a steel cent. As you guys know, in 1943 they produced steel pennies, but in 1944 they returned to producing those pennies in copper. So this is a 1944 that was struck onto a steel planchet from the previous year of 1943. So struck on that 2.7 gram steel planchet. Obviously not in the best condition, it's just graded at a genuine coin. But this is why you go through your steel pennies and actually search underneath the microscope and make sure you got the right date. I mean, if you find a 1944 that is a steel cent, you are in for some money. Even in this condition, this coin sold for over $10,000. Now there are examples out there that have sold for a lot more that are in better condition. So if you guys come across coin collections, inherit coin collections, search through those steel cents as well. Now here is a 1965 Washington quarter. It is graded by PCGS at a mint state 62. If you've seen this in pocket change, you probably wouldn't think much of it unless you guys are like avid collectors and you can kind of see the difference between silver and clad coins and you're like, whoa, that kind of throws you off, like you see a silver coin in your pocket change. But most people just really don't pay attention to it. But in this case, this is a 1965 quarter design that was struck onto a silver planchet from the previous year of 1964. So 1964, they stopped producing these quarters in silver and then went to clad in 65. So this is not supposed to be silver, and it was struck on a silver planchet. That's why the coin's valuable, and that's why the quarter sold for over $16,000 at auction. How do you tell if your quarter's silver? Look at the edges. Weigh the coin. You can do the sound test. I have a whole silver coin video on talking about all that stuff, so feel free to check it out here on YouTube or Facebook. Now here is a 1969 S, the famous double die obverse Lincoln cent, graded by PCGS at an AU53. Now this is a little rougher looking example of this coin. You see it's all scratched up and it's been circulated, probably been through a million different hands and pocket change, and people just continued to pass it up until someone who was searching pennies was smart enough to find it and get it graded and sell it. This coin ended up selling at auction for $12,000, even in this condition. But there are examples of this coin in better condition that have sold for a lot more money. Now here is a 1974 S mint mark Lincoln cent that has a reverse brockage, and it is the reverse brockage of a 1973 Lincoln cent. So we see here on the front, as we zoom in there, you can kind of see that 4 there, the 1974 S mint mark. And then if we go to the other side of the coin, that mirror brockage, you'll see the obverse design mirrored, of course, and it has the 1973 date with the S mint mark. So that's a super rare coin. This penny ended up selling at auction for over $11,000, graded by NGC at a mint state 64 red brown. Now here is a 1977 Eisenhower dollar coin that was struck onto a 40% silver clad planchet. So you know, this coin is not supposed to be silver. Let's put it that way. It's kind of like the quarter. You know, the 40% silvers from the bicentennial year of 1976 is what this coin design was struck onto, basically, that planchet. And this coin is not supposed to be silver, and it's silver, basically. So that's where the value comes in at. Of course, you know, the condition always matters as well. You know, the better the condition, the more it's going to sell for. This is graded by NGC at a mint state 63, and this dollar coin sold at auction for over $17,000. Whew, unbelievable. Now here is another coin that I tried to explain a million times, and I want to explain it again here. This is a 1972 D mint mark small date bronze Lincoln cent. Alright, so it's graded at an AU58 brown by NGC. I'm telling you guys the grades, that way you guys can know, you know, what these coins are selling for in these types of conditions. So the best grade you can get is a 70 on the coin grading scale. This is at a 58. And then of course your pennies can be either graded at a brown, or red. Red is the best. This is graded at a brown. But this is a super rare coin and something that you can always look for as you're searching coins underneath the microscope. Now, are you going to find one? Probably not. Maybe that's the odds are against you, but are you going to win the lottery? Probably not, but it's possible. Yes, it could happen. So it's possible. Very possible, but it's also very impossible, it seems like, right? So what you want to look for is the 1982 small date with the D mint mark that weighs around 3.1 grams. That way you know it's not the zinc, because they transitioned from copper to zinc Lincoln cents during this year of 1982. Now, you got to make sure it's not the large date. Has to be the small date, and the way you tell the difference is in the 2. If the 2 curves in the middle there, that is the small date. If it just curves around and goes straight down and then to the right, that is the large date. But it has to be the 1982 small date D mint mark copper penny bronze that weighs around 3.1 grams. This coin sold for around $10,800 at auction because of that mint error. Now here's the 1992 Lincoln cent. Now you can tell it doesn't look like it's in the best condition. It's graded at a mint state 64 red brown. It does have the close AM. So something to look for on a more modern penny here. As you look here on the reverse, you'll see that the A and the M is nearly touching. Here's an example of close AM versus wide AM. You can pause the screen if you guys want to be able to tell the difference of that. But this coin did sell at auction for over $22,000 because of the grade and because of that close AM. All the values in a close AM. But, you know, had it been in worse condition, it could have sold for a little less. Had it been even higher mint state grade, it could have sold for more. Now here's a no-dated Roosevelt dime. This dime here has 2 reverses. So it's been struck with 2 reverse dies. It does not have an obverse design. This coin sold at auction for over $26,000. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.